Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the flyest vlogger on the planet. My name is Showtime the Czar. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having a great, positive, productive day as always. You know I got hip hop news, cultural updates, and everything like that for you guys today. But before we do any and all that, you know what you got to do. See that subscribe button on your screen right there. I need you to click that, turn that bell icon on so each and every time one of my videos drop, the content that I'm providing to you, you don't miss it. Let's get into it, y'all. Drop my intro. YouTube, what up, though? Alright, guys, so let's jump into this hip hop stuff, right? First thing I want to discuss with you guys is this conversation that was had in which 21 Savage said that he could beat anyone on his XXL freshman class list in a versus battle. Anytime somebody says anything about versus, it always seems to get the culture moving and, you know, having a conversation, just because versus is a battle of hits versus hits. So Kodak Black responded to 21 Savage saying that, says he respect it, but can't be him. Designer also responded to it and kind of was like, nah, 21, you kind of wild. So made me go look at who was on the list, right? So here's who's on that here's who's on that XXL freshman class list. You got Anderson .Paak, Kodak Black, of course, Lil Uzi, Lil Dicky, Denzel Curry, Designer, G Herbo, Lil Yachty, and of course 21 Savage. Out of all the names on that list, the ones that are not like super duper active anymore would be Denzel Curry, Designer, and Lil Dicky. Everybody else is pretty much still very active in the culture. Obviously, you know, the super group, I guess you could call them, that Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars formed with the Silk Sonic. Kodak Black is still out here making noise. Lil Uzi never stopped doing music. Lil Dicky, he's not really doing music, but he's still active. I think he had a TV show at one time, and I think he's writing, doing some comedy stuff. He's rapping, just not in the form of putting out a ton of music. Denzel Curry, he's not very mainstream. From what I understand, he's he's doing a lot of underground shows type situation. G Herbo just dropped a project. Designer, I'm gonna come back to him. And Lil Yachty, you know, he's still active. So out of that whole list, Lil Yachty is still doing his own thing. So it'll be a pretty good battle if 21 Savage was to go up against most of these guys. I would personally say the one on this list that I think that would give 21 Savage the most problems from a cultural perspective will probably be Kodak Black. Kodak Black, again, he just dropped a project, The Cutthroat Bill, Volume 1. Anderson .Paak, here's the thing about him. I don't think he has enough hip-hop records to go up against 21 Savage. That wouldn't make any sense, right? And then the next two guys, I think, under Kodak Black, if they were to do a versus, this is all hypothetical, of course, G Herbo and Yachty. And that's because they've been putting out music. I don't know if G Herbo and Yachty have enough like bangers to go up against the 21 Savage, because you gotta think 21 Savage got records with you know, Drake and J. Cole. Also, he had a project with Metro Boomin, 2 projects. And then, you know, he just stayed very active in hip hop. So I think if anybody on that list could go up against the 21 Savage, my first pick would be Kodak Black. Kodak's still doing his thing, and he hasn't had as many features as a lot of these other guys had. He just been doing his thing solo, and he been rocking. So that would be my pick. Let me know what you guys think about what 21 Savage said. How do you feel about him saying he could beat anybody on that list in a versus battle? Who do you think would be his best opponent out of that list? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Alright guys, on to the next subject here. Speaking of 21 Savage, him and Drake just dropped a project over the weekend, Her Loss. I heard it for the most part. I think I'm gonna give it another listen, just to, you know, because the first time you go through it, at least for me, I kind of just like to hear the beats and what pops out, what sticks out to me. And then the second time I go through, I kind of just, see what songs will probably be the hits. But I'm not talking about that. What I want to talk about is the whole controversy surrounding the project. Now, I don't know what bag Drake was in, but apparently there was a lot of subliminal shots being thrown throughout that project. I'll give you 3 of the most notable. The first one was what appeared to be Drake taking shots, no pun intended, at Megan Thee Stallion, which she responded to, and that caused a lot of controversy. Now, Lil Yachty cleared that up and said that those bars weren't directed towards Megan Thee Stallion. Drake was talking about women who got ass shots. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. The next quotable bar was where Drake took shots at what appeared to be Big Baby Drum, in which they had an altercation about 5 years ago. Baby Drum responded to it. Drake has yet said anything, or he hasn't confirmed or denied whether those bars were about him. And there was another bar where Drake appeared to be talking about Ice Spice. That one I think is a stretch, just because it was too general for it to be directed towards Ice Spice. So I think she kind of reached you with that one. Here's what I want to say about all of that. First of all, let's go back to the first one. If that was directed towards Meg Thee Stallion, I don't understand why so many dudes taking offense to what Meg Thee Stallion said. If she feels that Tory Lanez shot her, bro, regardless of if Tory Lanez is your guy or not, I understand that you want to stick up for your friend, but what you can't do is try to belittle her feelings neither. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like she would just make this up just to ruin Tory Lanez's career. You see what I'm saying? So I understand that may be a lot of artists' friends, and I'm not saying that if she's lying about it, that's cool for her to lie about it. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that's an ongoing investigation, and just because someone is your friend, you probably shouldn't be, antagonizing. Like, y'all could be making it worse for Tory, is what I'm getting at, okay? Because at the end of the day, if he's, they can use this stuff in court, I would assume. Like, the way I understand the court systems work, they like to take things that are being said in rap songs and everything like that and use it in court. So, and anything that can help plead their case. Like, if Tory didn't do this, y'all keep mentioning his name and mentioning the case in rap songs, that's probably not a good idea. Now, because Yachty said that those lines weren't directed at Meg Thee Stallion, I think Drake should reach out to Meg and just kind of say, hey, I apologize if you thought those bars were about you. And the only reason I think he should apologize is because they do sound like they were very much directed at her. And then I read it and I was like, that's a little suspicious, because why do you have a problem when man gotta know it? You see what I'm saying? So I think Drake should apologize, mainly because it's just a misunderstanding, and I would hate for him and Meg to never work together off a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, if that's not who the bars were directed for, I think you should clarify that. You don't got to make it public. Slide in her DMs, or you know what I'm saying, reach out to her people and let her know, wasn't towards you, those were just a play on words, blah blah blah. Let me know what you guys think about the whole Drake, his subliminal shots, what he said about Meg or not said about Meg. Let me know all that in the comments below. Alright guys, and the last thing I'm going to discuss with you guys today before I get up out of here, this whole Kyrie Irving situation again. So last week the Brooklyn Nets decided that they were going to suspend Kyrie Irving for 5 games due to him failing to apologize for his anti-Semitic comments and that whole documentary, him posting it. Now, prior to his suspension or after his suspension, Kyrie Irving did issue an apology. He did say he was sorry. he wasn't trying to offend anyone or trying to hurt any particular community. Yada yada. Here's my thoughts on that. I don't think Kyrie Irving should have been suspended. And I also don't like the whole list of things that they want him to go through. Something about that feels wrong to make someone apologize because of, if that's how Kyrie feels. Granted, let me back up real quick. Kyrie Irving is not an evil person. At least I don't believe him to be. I don't think that what he was trying to say or the message he was trying to convey was to attack the Jewish community. As I said in my previous video, I just think Kyrie should have been more aware of the situation, given how things turned out with Kanye. I don't think he should have posted anything of that nature at this time just because of the backlash Kanye was receiving. Now, that being said, because he did, again, I don't think it was he was trying to be evil with his comments, you know what I'm saying, or posting the video. And he even elaborated on it twice on TV. So you asked him in the press conference, then after the press conference you called him at practice and he further elaborated on it. How much more you want him to do after that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he said that he embraces all walks of life. He said this was not, y'all not finna turn this into a hate thing. They got suspended. I don't like that. Now, the NBA didn't suspend him. The Brooklyn Nets suspended him. So it's, you know, it's not Adam Silver or the league or anything like that. This was a organization that decided to do that. But I don't think he should have been suspended. I think he maybe fine him and, you know, maybe have him go to some of those workshops and meet with some of those people and have a discussion so that he can get a better understanding of what the Jewish community is facing and why what he said was dangerous and it promoted potential hate speech. Maybe that's how far you go. But the suspension was wild to me. The whole forcing him to say, this is what you have to say and this is what you have to do in order to play basketball. I don't know about all that, because when say stuff about black people, it don't necessarily have them same repercussions. You know what I'm saying? Like when the Phoenix Suns owner said what he said, he didn't have to take no classes. You know what I mean? He just got the hell on. The same thing with Donald Sterling. It was backlash. Yes, it was everywhere. But he didn't have to apologize. They didn't make him go through no classes. They didn't make him, you know, they didn't suspend him, I don't think. Or even if they did suspend him, it was just more so he couldn't come to the games and you know, he couldn't be around the team. And they forced him to sell the team. But I don't know. It just feels weird to me to make somebody apologize, especially if, you know, their intention wasn't to be evil. And on top of that, don't make nobody get no fake apology, bro. You know, if Kyrie Irving said something hateful and y'all feel like it was punishable, kick him off the team. But given that that's not the scenario, I just think they overreacted just a little bit. Should there have been repercussions? Yes, but I don't know if suspension was the right way to go with that one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think should have happened with Kyrie Irving? How do you feel about the Brooklyn Nets suspending him? Do you think he's going to play for the Brooklyn Nets next year? Let me know all that in the comments below. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And until next time, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.